And tonight we are in beautiful Atlanta, Georgia, on the eve of the first anniversary of the kickoff of the Tea Party movement. Tens of thousands of Americans will gather on Tax Day tomorrow to have their voices heard. And tonight on our great, great, great American panel, I am joined by three people who are not afraid to share their opinions. He is a congressman from the great state of Georgia, Representative Congressman Tom Price is here. He is the editor of the all-important RedState.com. Eric Erickson is back with us. And he is a rock star, president of the new Voice Incorporated News Talk 750 WSB radio talk show host. The one and only Herman Cain is here. All right, guys, good to see you. Appreciate you being here. I got to get this out of the way because, you know, Herman Cain is a friend, colleague, fellow talk show host, and there's a rumor out there that you were down in New Orleans the other day and you gave a speech and you said you're considering running for president of the United States. Is there any?
No, let's get this right. I didn't say that.
How many of you would like him to run for president?
Let me tell you exactly what I said. My exact words were, we have to focus on 2010. We know that is job one. But as we start looking at 2012, I simply reminded everybody that in 2011, as these candidates for president are emerging, that there could be a dark horse candidate. That's all I said. Could be.
Yeah.
Could be. Those are my exact words.
Now, wait a minute.
That's all I said.
Wait a minute.
Hey,
wait a minute.
It could be a white guy. It could be a white guy.
Here's the question. You're getting a little bit like Bill Clinton to me here. That was not a good answer. I want to know, would you consider, now you have an incredible business background.
Yes.
You founded.
I used to own Godfather's Pizza. I didn't find it, but I ran it for 10 years.
You ran it for 10 years.
Brought it back from bankruptcy. Know how to solve
problems. Well, obviously, you've created a job. This president has lost 4 million jobs, so it would be, you know, way ahead of the game. Would you consider it seriously?
I would seriously consider it with a lot of prayer, and that's what I want people to do, pray about it, because as you know, that's one of the biggest decisions you could possibly make.
Listen, I'm making an announcement here tonight, too. I'm going to pray deeply about whether or not I should run for dog catcher in my local community. That's as far as my political career is going.
But I just want people to understand that it takes a lot of prayer, and at this moment, my wife is probably watching this show, and she's probably falling out of her chair. No, so I'm just simply saying, she's praying. Yeah, she's praying, but thanks a lot.
All right, the atmosphere in the country, we saw what happened with the health care bill. You're in Washington. You're a congressman. Bribery, intimidation. You see the anger, the frustration. We've now been in all around the country, and I've met so many people. I have never seen a level of anxiety, anxiousness, concern, worry. Pick your adjective.
Sure.
What's happening?
Well, they are so concerned about the future of their country. They come up to me and say, I'm afraid for the future of my country. And it's because they're looking to Washington and they don't recognize any of the solutions that are being offered because they're not American solutions. And what we need are fundamental, principled American solutions.
You know, I agree with you. Because we're not following what has historically worked. That means tax cuts, strong national defense, you know, moral clarity in dealing with the war on terror and the evil. These are Western, European socialist models America's following with predictable results, Eric?
Yeah, you know, for some reason, this administration says we should be more like Europe. I think Europe should be more like us, where we tend to have lower unemployment than Europe. This administration, based on what it puts out in the media, it seems like it's advertising we should get used to high European-style unemployment. We should not settle for less. We should not settle for anything less than being best.
Yeah. Right. All right, so we're going to have the Tea Parties are going to be taking place all across the country. People are frustrated, high amount of taxation. Half the country, half households are not paying, half are paying. What happens to America if we get to the point where you have a voting majority of people that are saying the tax rates are perfect, I don't have to pay, somebody else pays?
What I'm hearing from the Tea Party people and the people that go to rallies is that we're not going to allow America to go down, number one. That's the first thing that people are saying. And then secondly, there are more people who get it and who can connect the dots, and they are going to make sure that they go to the polls in November 2010 in numbers like they've never done before.
Let me play devil's advocate with you. What about the people that like not paying? Wait a minute. What about the people that like a free ride? What about the people that are getting something from nothing?
But what are
they going to go to the polls?
Not in as big a numbers. That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying.
How do you know?
Because I have.
You have a crystal ball.
Yeah. Hey, I have. I get a lot of calls every night, like you do, and you get calls from different people, and I see a lot of encouraging signs. I get people calling up saying, "Mr. Kaine, I like a mulligan on my vote for president." That's called voter's remorse. But more importantly, I'm getting calls, Sean, from people that are in their 20s, in their 30s, who thought that the whole change you could trust was something that they voted, and they are now saying we are not. And you reported this on your show. Yeah. You start looking at the polls and what's happening to the moderates and the independents, it is switching. They have been duped, and they are going to go to the polls. And some of those people that aren't paying taxes.
What about people that are now saying your opposition to Barack Obama is based on race?
I say they are the racists for saying it.
They are the racists for saying it. We're going to take a break. We're going to come back more with our great, great, great American